All right, so now for the birds.
The birds.
The birds.
Oh, wait, you have to explain the surprise that we got.
Here we are again.
I always want to sing the On the Road Again song, but I feel like we're on the road a lot, so it's a bit overdone. Good morning.
Good morning. So we are back and we are on the road again. Hey, is there copyright restrictions if we sing a copyrighted song?
I don't think that we would sing it even near close enough that AI would recognize it as a song.
That's what I was thinking. Like if we sing it crappy, then be like, we're not gonna copyright these guys.
It wouldn't even be recognized.
No. But anyways, we're on the road again. Why don't you tell them what we're doing?
We're not replacing George. We are getting another silver pheasant. We're gonna go ahead and get a pair because that's how they're being sold. And while I'm not anxious to hurry and replace George, his poor little widow is so sad and chattering all the time, and she's lonely. We can't have her sitting alone. So we're gonna go ahead and go get another silver pheasant and another hen. But what was my main stipulation in getting a new silver pheasant?
That George's old mate has to be the boss. She has to not get picked on anyways. I mean, of course, we're gonna get a male and he'll be the boss eventually. But
that's what we let you think.
That's interesting. It made me think of all of my setting breeding programs. Yeah, if that's the case. No, but anyways, she can't get picked on. Yeah.
So you had a good plan for that though.
Yeah. We're gonna take her out of George's old pen and the pair we're gonna get today and put them all in a new pen. So yeah, that should work. So
they're all gonna be kind of off kilter.
Yeah.
They're all gonna.
And if there's any problems, you know, I have ways of
you had a saying.
separate them.
What was your saying? Birds that go through trauma together.
They do. It is a trip. Like I've noticed, if I went out and got a bird from one guy, put him in the crate, went to another place, got a bird, and put him in the crate too as well. Now they're hunkered down on a road trip together. Now, usually them sitting together, going through that trauma together, they're less likely to fight when you put them inside of a pen. It is a trip. I know it seems far-fetched, but there is some truth in that. You know, the birds stress together, they bond quicker together.
Humans are the same way though.
That's why when you put them in a new pen, they you know, they can easily acclimate to each other. You know what I mean? If we have like Miss Thing in her pen and she is boss hog there, and we put any other birds in there, she's going to be territorial and try to fight them. You know, and just try to tell everybody, hey, this is my place, not yours. And you know, it's on. The fighting is on. But you take them all and put them into a new place, they are just going to get used to their surroundings with each other. So they're learning together as a unit. That's why putting them in a new place works. You know.
Sorry, it's not my fault.
Not all the time.
The road is loud.
Yeah. Sorry for the loud road. We're on some bumpy roads, guys.
But humans kind of do the same thing. If you think about humans who go through like a traumatic event together.
Yeah.
Humans that would never even think of talking to each other totally bond. It's like the book that I just read or listened to. It's so loud. Sorry guys. Hold on.
say somebody who's you know, been there a while. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. It's one way to look at it, but
I bet everybody can relate to that. It makes sense.
yeah, they have something in common. They got a common ground. You know, stuff like that.
So we're not just going to pick up a new silver.
We're picking up a pair
Well, okay, sorry. Yes, we're picking up a pair, but we also have
right here.
we also have another. We're gonna try again to meet Gus.
Oh, yeah.
And
Gus, yeah.
his name isn't actually Gus, but it's a woman reached out to me, you know, as we were talking about in the other video, and we were supposed to go meet him, and it just didn't happen to work out. But we're gonna kind of be in the area again today, and the weather's gonna hold, so we're gonna go meet Gus, who isn't actually Gus. Do you want to explain why we call him Gus?
I know of a dog. He's a male Pyrenees that his name is Gus. Well, anytime I think of a male Pyrenees, I think Gus. I think of that dog, that particular dog named Gus. So we're looking at a male Pyrenees today, and it just slipped out. I called him Gus, and it just kind of stuck. So we're gonna go see a dog we haven't ever seen before, and we call him Gus.
You asked me, you're like, what? Why do I want to call him Gus?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had to kind of remind you because, well, see, it's because you feel guilty. Gus is actually a dog that you ignore quite a bit because his buddy Goober is like your favorite pal in the whole world,
Yeah.
huh?
Goober. Yeah.
I think, yeah. So
Anyways.
Gus, as we're gonna call him for now, we're hoping it is gonna be a really good fit. I don't even know how this woman found me on Facebook. She just sent me a private message and said that she had heard from a breeder, from a friend. I've kind of been putting the word out everywhere that we're looking for another dog. Gus is about 2.5 years old and has been raised around goats and piglets and kids, not around birds, but you know, he's checking most of the boxes. So we've learned you just gotta meet them. There's a gut feeling there with the animals. So
Yeah.
we're gonna cruise by and say hi and see if he wants to come home with us.
See, our girl at home, Ollie, you all know her. She's a good dog, and we're not trying to replace her. Well, yet, you know. She's getting up there in age, and we just want another dog that will, you know, follow her lead when she passes on, and you know, take the reins.
We want her to train him.
Yeah, and we want Ollie to train the new dog. So this new dog is about 2.5, you know, and we'll see how that goes. Ollie, I'm not even sure. I'm kind of embarrassed, ashamed that I don't know how old my dog is, but she's getting up there.
Hey, she's like 7.
We have to check. We have a record somewhere. So that sounds about right. She's about 7. But anyway, she's not going to last forever, and you know, we want our dog that is as good as her in protecting the flock at home. So.
Well, she has to teach him the language of the pheasants.
Oh yeah.
So that the new dog can know what calls to run to.
So our dog.
It's not a process that can be rushed.
Right. Our dog knows the language of our birds. The birds are stressing and calling out. She comes running. I think I've seen those videos I've made. Anyways, that's the deal. Oh, can we touch on something unrelated? Why are you always driving and I'm in the passenger seat?
Well, there's multiple reasons. One is I get major car sick. Oh my goodness gracious.
When I drive, she gets car sick.
To your credit, it's not necessarily your driving, which is, well, we'll just not comment on that. It's anybody's driving. I get really car sick, so I like to be behind the wheel.
I also thought, or I always thought, that it was because I drive for a living. You know, that my wife gives me a break. She like feels bad for me that I have to drive so much. So that's why I always took it.
It works out perfect.
It works out perfect.
It works out perfect.
I'm not afraid of driving. You guys see my driving videos. My voice squeaked. You hear that?
Did I cough and you commented about your voice?
Yeah, I guess because we're talking too much, huh? Anyways,
yes,
are you okay?
I like to give you a break.
Are you okay?
I want to take pictures of Lorelai.
Do you need a Heimlich maneuver?
I want to take pictures of Lorelai on the train tracks.
That's a good train tracks there.
Squirrel. Sorry.
Squirrel. Got sidetracked.
Anyways, yes, I do like to drive because you drive all the time. Although I bet if we compared miles, we're pretty equal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think we're pretty equal, but
Yeah.
I prefer to drive, so it works out well.
We like being on the road. Can you guys tell?
Well, where we live, we have to. The number of people that I hear, they're like, oh man, that's an hour away.
Sorry.
Or that's, how can you go to the ocean? It's 3 hours. It's 3 hours. I mean, I'm ashamed to admit I'll binge watch TV for 3 hours. So why not get in the car and go to the ocean?
Yeah, people always ask me that too. Like, oh, why would you want to drive so far? You drive so far to work. You drive so far here. Anywhere we live in the foothills, California. Anywhere we want to go is a drive to get out.
If you just get in the mindset of, oh well, whatever, make it worth it. Get out and do multiple things, like the way that we're going to go pick up a bird and we're going to go see Gus. We're probably going to get some Chick-fil-A, maybe some kind of sorta. If you get out and you make the drive worth it, just do it.
I like road trips.
We need to
I like road trips so much that when I retire, we are going to do a channel on all of our road tripping adventures.
Well, so my parents have kind of inspired us because right before COVID, they got a travel van, which I didn't even know was a thing. I grew up with a generation where you say live in a van down by the river was like an insult. Yeah, didn't know. They love it. And they have they do have a house too, just for the record. But they have this
giving people a visual here.
They have this incredible van that has a shower, a stove, a microwave, a fridge. But it can stop on the side of the road easy. It can turn around. The only thing they can't do is drive-throughs. And so it's really easy. You don't have to pull a trailer or, you can do all this stuff. So we've kind of decided we're going to what?
We're going to do another channel about our road trip adventures and go all over the country in our van, right?
When you retire, we're gonna go visit all of our aviary friends.
Oh, yes.
These places where we have sold birds to, picked up birds.
That could be you guys. We'll be on a road trip. When I'm an old man with our GoPro and all that.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah, I know. And that dog we were talking about earlier, named Gus, that I knew, well, I think the name just fits for this guy too. So,
everybody meet Gus.
This is Gus. Nothing's set in stone yet. The animals at home have got to accept him. So, we can return him if it doesn't work out,
So, still not quite sure how this lady found us. She is an absolute sweetheart. Must have talked to somebody who I talked to, who talked to somebody else. But she reached out and has had the dog for a couple of years. Was not in a big rush to get rid of him. She wanted to find the perfect home. They didn't have a fenced-in property, which you can't do with LGDs. So he was having to live in a small little area, and they felt bad for him. So he's checks all the boxes. He's what, 2.5?
It's 2.5.
Been around pigs, goats. Where she got me was she said that he'd actually been around free-range chickens.
Yeah. And he's Pyrenees, so in his DNA, it should come naturally to guard the animals, and that's what we're looking for. And hopefully our girl, Ollie, can train him.
I wish you guys could have seen when he ran up and just sat on Ben's foot. And then he got up and he ran over and he sat on my foot. And he did the Pyrenees paw.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cute. We tried to be responsible and, walk away and say, let's go home and think about it. And I made it, about 10, 20 yards?
Then I called her back. Said, wait. I was going to back out. But yeah, I honestly thought we would wait until we had the truck to get him so we can put him in the back.
My poor Prius.
So here in the Prius, we have pheasants.
Quail. Oh yeah, that's our surprise bird.
Yeah, surprise, by the way. And yeah, pheasants, quail, and a Pyrenees in a small car. Yeah, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it.
Told you my Prius can do anything. I do have to say the one really good thing that made me okay with pulling the trigger today was I was honest with her. We need the perfect dog. We need him to get along with our animals, get along with our birds, our dogs, and our kids. And I grew up afraid of dogs. So for me, there's a really big trust issue there. So I did ask her, I said, would you be okay with if we take him home and after a week he's not fitting, can we bring him back? I said, I don't want to take a chance on him and have to take him to a shelter if it doesn't work out, you know what I mean? Because he was in a good place. And she said absolutely. She said they want him to have a good home just as much. So, you know, if things don't work out, if it's not perfect, he gets to go right back home.
The big factors are Ollie's got to accept him, our dog, our current dog, and Kevin, Thumb, and Louise, our peafowl, have got to accept him and not be spooked by him. And he's got to leave them alone, like Ollie does. So, yeah, those are the biggest factors. Anything else we can deal with as far as keeping them on our property or anything like that. So, let's get him home, guys. We'll see how it goes.
What an adventure today has been.
Yep.
This is Gus Gus.
So what's the dog's name?
This is Gus Gus. If
You
you're
guys
a
all say
Cinderella
hi to
fan,
Gus Gus.
if you're a Cinderella fan, what do you think, Ollie?
Now getting Gus, I thought Gus was going to be shorter than Ollie in stature. But no, he is taller than Ollie. What do you think, Ollie?
Say hi.
What do you think, Adrian? Huh?
It's so much fluffier than Ollie's.
He's very fluffy.
I like your getup, Adrian.
He's shivering.
I know, isn't that something?
Well, I thought for sure Gus would be smaller than Ollie.
I think you're right. I think Ollie's a little taller,
Is it?
but definitely bigger head.
Ollie girl, what you think? What you think, sweetie? Gus, what do you think? You gonna like it here?
More excited than Ollie is. Oh no, Ollie looks sad now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, we told the old owners if it doesn't work out, can we bring him back? And they were cool with that. Our animals got to accept Gus. It's not the other way around. All right, Gus?
Well, he doesn't seem to care about
Gus.
Casey.
Hey, buddy. Ollie, are you okay, sweetie? What's wrong? All right, so now for the birds.
The birds.
The
Oh, wait,
birds.
you have to explain the surprise that we got.
Cookies.
Wait, I thought you said you got...
Well, there's not much explaining. We just got some snowflake quail.
But what's special about the snowflake quail?
That we got 2 white ones. Well, there's 2 white.
Oh,
What?
the frizzle!
Oh yeah, the snowflake frizzle one we got. We'll take these out first before the silvers. We're gonna quarantine them for a while in this one.
Frizzles! Not yet. In fact, Adrian, if you want to get the chain, we've got the choke collar in there too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? I just want to walk him around.
Okay, just that's not very hooked on. Just remember that. Let me see. Wait, that was a good view. In a minute, Lorelai. Hello.
Little frizzle pattern, guys.
Feathers go backwards. Oh, you got pretty colors, huh,
Look at
sweetie?
this.
She's pretty. She's like a silver, not really like a snowflake.
Mom.
Whoa, buddy.
Sorry.
What?
This one's got a little frizzle to him
Ollie
too.
got attention and that got Gus attention and they both did the same pose.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, look at the white one. White one's got a little frizzle going on too.
I want to pet it.
You want to pet
Pretty
it?
neat.
Go ahead, put your finger on.
It's cute.
It is very cute. Oh, that's a frizzle too, isn't it?
There's some little frizzle feathers, yeah. I guess it's pretty common. Oh. But these are all females?
Lots of babies. He said they're laying, right?
Yeah, they are laying.
Oh, nice catch.
Here's another female. Pretty cool.
So these were a surprise purchase. He'd gotten us a really good deal.
Here, show our viewers this.
We couldn't
Look,
pass it up. Oh my gosh.
they laid eggs on the way home.
I would say they're definitely laying. That's hilarious.
Yep.
Oh no. No incubator yet. We can't do it yet.
No,
Guys, we can't do it yet. No
Let's run the
incubator
big
yet.
old cabinet incubator for 2 snowflake eggs, or white, Bob white.
Mama,
Yeah, sweetheart.
The dog was chasing me.
Was he? That's what. The goats are pretty curious.
I showed him the goats. Saffron did not care.
Hi, Gus. Did Gus care about the goats?
No, not really.
He's a good boy.
Hi, Gussie.
All right. What else we got in there? It's Pedro.
Yes.
Hi, Pedro. I went ahead and jumped the gun and I named you already. Gosh, look at that bright red face.
Mama,
Huh?
Mama,
What, baby?
can I walk the dog now?
Give it a minute, and then I'll come with you. We're gonna go put Pedro in his home. Let's go.
Pedro, really? It's not my doings.
Mama,
What?
what are the cookies for?
Us?
Dorla, can you grab the net, please?
I don't know where one is.
Do you know where one's at, Dad?
I think it was these that smelled.
No, Gus smelled good. And Gus was a good boy and told us when he had to stop and go potty on the side of the road. Do, 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 do. Hey, I can do our own background music. You don't need any. Oh, hey, Kevin! Kevin, we brought you home some friends. Oh my gosh, it's cold. Gotta love California. We go from daffodils and 65 to blizzard and snow.
Okay, we're getting her first, and we get the water over here.
Okay. Hey, Kev. What you doing? What's up, buddy? We brought a friend for you. It's a mighty nice tail you got going there, handsome.
Alrighty guys, so my wife stepped away. I just want to tell you guys, I had nothing to do with Pedro. That name she came up with all on her own. I don't know. I said that we usually name birds that we get attached to, but I don't know, she saw it, and we did, actually, when we pick it out, it did talk to her first before all the other silvers, so maybe that's, I don't know. But yeah, Pedro. Okay, so now we need to gather her up. We'll catch her up, put her in the new pen. I have the dog crate with the new pheasants, with the new silver pheasants in the pen. So yeah, let's grab her up. Alrighty guys, here she is. There's our beauty.
Hi, sweetest girl. Look at your beautiful wings and your feathers. You're so sweet. We got you a good boy. He sang me a song.
His name's Pedro.
His name's Pedro. I feel like he's mocking my naming skills.
Okay. So here's what we're doing. We're gonna release her in this new pen, new territory for her.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that wasn't as graceful as I wanted it to be. And now here's our new ones. Oh, guys. There he is.
Hi, Pedro.
She's a looker too. You should see her. There, she's a beauty.
It's the meat cute.
And they go to talking.
Peacocks crack me up when they're nervous about something. They won't travel on the ground. They hop from pen to pen to pen. So watch, they're coming to check us out. But instead of going on the ground, they're going to go pen to pen. Oh, here he comes. Hi, Kevin.
Shoot.
Well, Pedro, you be nice to the girls. Are you gonna have a way to tell who's who?
Are the girls?
I mean, I can tell right now, but we won't be able to tell forever.
I can tell the girls apart. The one we just got, her bottom two tail feathers aren't as light. So George's old mate was, she had some lighter color feathers in her tail.
I'm gonna check stuff out.
Kevin, yep.
Okay. Well, we'll let you guys settle. We're gonna go get Gus settled, and then we're gonna settle in. You feed the quail food and water, and I'll make us food and water.
Sounds like a plan.
Is that a deal? I think that's a good deal.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on this bird tripping adventure. Plenty more to come.
Check back in, see how Gus is doing.
Absolutely, yes.
Bye, guys.
I hope it works out. See ya.
Thank you.